What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and I'm a little confused. This whole ESPN thing is a little bit nuts. Adrian Lawrence, she's filed a lawsuit. She filed a lawsuit against ESPN. And where's the Me Too movement? That's one thing I want to bring to the forefront about this whole thing. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about because something else had jumped the shark. Because Jemell Hill incident was brought up in the incident and how fast they removed Chris Berman. Back, 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 back. He could go all the way. Now, Berman is more old school than me, of course. He's like 50 years old school. But if I say old school, he'll look at me like I'm nuts. Berman's got to be in his 60s to 70s. And something went down on the His and Hers show that Berman didn't like. Now, Adrian Lawrence, claims that a threatening and racial disparaging voicemail was sent to Jemell Hill, which ESPN supposedly was supposed to take care of. But from what we hear, nothing ever was done about it. Marsha Kingen, who oversees a lot of the shows that are on ESPN, and mostly, His and Her show, nothing was done about it. Only thing that was done was at the end of the year, Berman was basically done at ESPN. They were pushing him out the door to retirement. Once he threatened to go to Fox and, do whatever he's doing over at Fox, something was done. A deal was reached, and he would have a behind the doors scene at the job. Now, shockingly to us, what we didn't know at the time was that Berman, so reportedly, through a lot of people that there, is that he was kind of a male chauvinist pig, allegedly. And a lot of people had complained about his behavior towards women on the job. And because of this, Berman was being forced out into the pasture. But ESPN did not want to lose him in this fashion. So they wanted to keep him around as long as they could. And, a type of position because he's the face of ESPN. So now that all of this is done, the ESPN lawsuit that Adrian Lawrence is filing is this whole separate incident altogether. And I'll talk about that next because it's his own separate case. But the Jemell Hill and Berman situation, I wanted to address that because Chris Berman is that's Sports Center. That's where they was born. It's heartbreaking to almost hear. ESPN is a company, when it first started out, they were a John Doe business. Nobody was backing an all sports channel at all. People laughed at the notion of having an all sports channel. And he said, well, what could you possibly do? You're going to replay the same show on a loop 24 hours a day News? Are you crazy? Look at that. A 24-hour sports channel. They laughed. They said this is nuts. Who would ever have a sports channel with just 24 hours news? That just doesn't make any sense. Now, look where they are now. In the business model of ESPN, I would take that into every business meeting, how they pitched the show, the confidence of what they had. They believed in the numbers. The numbers didn't lie. They did well better, more, favorable. They just had a feeling that they knew that the general public wanted it. So when you say Chris Berman, that stops me in my tracks. She's name dropping all through this thing. And I'm going to go and touch up on this. But we will do the Adrian Lawrence. Don't believe me. We're doing the Adrian Lawrence thing right now. But I just had to get this part addressed ASAP. So it's your boy Carcino. I'm out. And oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you, Jemell Hill did respond to this and saying she doesn't remember a racial tone email. She said we did have words, but I don't think anything racial was in the voicemail. She said there was an issue though. She did admit to that. But here's the thing. She's addressing a situation that happened a year ago, but ESPN colleagues are not allowed to talk about other colleagues, in a negative light. So if they have a problem, they have to do it in-house. So she's just answering a question that was asked to her. So this lady here who is suing ESPN, she just happened to bring that up. So it's going to be a lot of people trying to jockey for position, but it seems like Jemell Hill is not helping Adrian Lawrence's case at all. She's basically companied up with ESPN. So this is going to be a very interesting case right here. It's going to bring a lot of stuff to the table. I'm out.